Have you ever opened your pantry drawer or your refrigerator doors and thought, oh my God, I've got random stuff, I've got expired stuff, I have half used ingredients, and nothing seems to go together? How can I manage meal planning? But most of all, how can I manage my grocery budget? This video is all about savings. And in this video, we're going to take a few tips from my mom. My mom is from the post-Depression silent generation, and these couple of tips are timeless. They have stood the test of time. If we have not met before, hi, my name is Diane, and I love saving money. I like nice things too, but I also love saving a whole lot of money. Today, I'm passing down to you 2 old-fashioned hacks from my mom. This first hack has to do with calculating the cost per ounce when you're at the grocery store. And I'm going to show you 3 examples of 3 different but similar products and how to get the most value of them for your money. I'm going to insert some slides and talk you through them. To calculate the cost per ounce, you take the ounces divided by the price. Our first product is goldfish crackers. This is a 6.6 ounce package for $2.64 for 40 cents per ounce. Our next product is oyster crackers. This is a 9 ounce bag of oyster crackers for $1.49 for 17 cents per ounce. Our next product is saltine crackers. This is a 16 ounce box of saltine crackers for $1.74, which is 11 cents per ounce. Leave a comment below and let me know how you are saving money on your grocery budget. The second hack has to do with multi-purpose. The idea is not to bring something into your house that has a single purpose, especially if it's for your pantry or for your refrigerator. It should not be that specialized so that it sits in your pantry or your refrigerator and either expires or remains unused. You want to maximize the use of every product that you bring into your house that's from the grocery store. The 3 products I mentioned before, the one of them was the Nabisco saltine crackers that my mom brought into the house that she had multi-purposes for, and I'm just going to list them out for you so that you get some sort of idea of what I mean when you take a product into your home and use it for many different purposes. So the first way she used the saltines in our house was for everyone to use. Now, growing up, it was one of those things that we used when we were sick. It's called a sick food in our house. My mom would administer saltine crackers to us with soup, generally, with chicken broth or bone broth, and that would help us get over the flu or a cold. Now, the second way my mom used the saltine crackers was for what we call bubble belly, and that is for if you had an upset stomach. She would administer the saltine crackers to us with ginger ale. And she used the ginger ale and saltines to sort of test our stomachs to see if we had a tolerance for any food. Now, the third way my mom used the saltine crackers was for everyone. And we used it as a thickener in some of our stews and soups. So if we had a beef stew, we would just crush up the crackers and put them into the beef stew broth to just sort of thicken it up. And we would do the same thing with tomato soup. We would crush them up into our tomato soup and it would just thicken up the broth more. Oh, and we used it for pea soup too. Now the fourth way we used those saltine crackers was mostly for the kids at night if we were still hungry after dinner. My mom kept the saltine crackers in a drawer, a lower drawer in the kitchen so that we could have access to them along with the peanut butter or butter. And we would just make ourselves crackers with butter or crackers with peanut butter to fill our bellies before we went to bed. This is the fifth way my mom used the saltine crackers, and this was mostly for the adults. My mom and dad would use the saltine crackers with sardines. Now, sometimes the saltines and sardines would show up in my dad's lunchbox when he went to work, or they would be on the kitchen table for my dad for lunch that afternoon. Now, the last way, the sixth way my mom used saltine crackers was she used it as a binder for her meatloaf and for her meatballs. She would just crush them all up, add a little milk, and that would be the binder for the meat. And it just added a little bit more moisture to her meatloaf and her meatballs. So what I learned from my mom and her old-fashioned frugal ways that I can use today is to look at other products that are currently on the shelf in the grocery stores in the same section, such as the goldfish and the oyster crackers and the saltines, and figure out the cost per ounce to try to get the most value I can for my money. The second tip I learned from my mom was when I brought a product home from the grocery store that it provided multiple uses in recipes or dishes or snacks or meal planning so that I could get more value from that purchase. So here's the two bonus tips I was talking about. The decision you have is either to make the purchase, make a change to the way you're making that purchase, or simply don't buy it anymore. If it is a product that does not provide value into your home, that has multi-purpose, or is the best cost per ounce, maybe you can think about just not even purchasing that item anymore. Just cut it right out of your budget. Now, the second tip I learned from my mom that I still use today, I have the decision to embrace living a more frugal lifestyle, and that I can create some headspace when I go to the grocery store to make some small changes and to find purpose over impulse. So I ask myself, and maybe you could ask yourself too when you're at the grocery store, is this purchase really aligned with my meal planning goals? And is it aligned with my grocery budget? Now, I want you to be very successful. I want you to succeed. And I want you to save money. And I want you to think about living a more frugal lifestyle. And if that resonates with you, please subscribe. And be sure to check out my other videos. Bye for now.